So I thought I'd do a test of the LiveU solo SRT function into Vmix. Now, what a lot of people probably don't know is that the SRT function is available for the older LiveU solos, as well as the newer LiveU Solo Pro. So what we've done, we've got a video feed coming out of the video assist. That is going into a DA, an SDI DA, which is feeding both this solo and our studio solo via two 4G independent dongles. So there's no connection from this building in this mix at all. And the same with this one. And this is what we're feeding. So how good is the solo mix? Well, let's have a look. So in Vmix here, we have two SRT inputs, SRT2 and SRT3, and one's coming from here and one's coming from here. And let's have a look. I have blended on the fader the two feeds into one, so you can visually see the difference. And if I add the audio feed in, that's both audio channels on, and you can see there's a slight delay. Orally, it's not that bad. Let's pause the feed. Let's check it's paused. There we go. And let's start it again. And you can see it's slightly out there now. So we'll pause it again. And we'll start it again, see if that makes any difference. Okay, so that is, I should say these are both set to identical settings. So they've got 200 milliseconds delay, and obviously they're going off to the LiveU cloud. So it does appear that the sync here can vary. So I'm going to just go onto a different track and come back to it and see if, in theory, it shouldn't vary at all. Let's stop it again. And pause it, unpause it again. So I'm going to try one more test. And I'm going to stop the actual feed on each of the encoders. And now I'm going to start them again. And we are going live on one and going live on the other. So there's obviously, there is a slight delay between pressing go live on each one. Let's have a look as they come back up. They're running up now. There's one started and the other one. So they seem quite out of sync there again. Let's pause the video and start it again. So now let's try some actual lip sync content and see how far out we are.
Hello there, I'm Damien from Vid, and we're here at
now,
the Festival of Light.
remember, this is a 50-50 split of these two feeds.
Because no big light switch on would be complete.
So down the middle of this face, I'm splitting two SRT feeds. Let's turn one of the channels off.
And I got Jermaine with me
so we've
as well.
got one,
now,
only listening to one audio feed. And I'm now going to fade from one SRT feed to the other.
Like, not in my house or personally, the family home, yeah. And I guess I go around to the families, and I become Santa certain Christmases.
So I'm going to say what's up for Christmas with you. It's
I'm now going to cut between those sources.
Oh no, that's not my lane.
Let's pull out so you can see it.
Do that fake beard. I just like chill and family man, good
So
time.
you can see them here cutting
Good food, open up presents.
between SRT3 and
Now,
SRT2.
last time I saw you, you were breaking quite a lot of cars on a rally.
There's a tiny, maybe a frame glitch when I cut between the two.
What's next? The new year holds that. That's what's next. Oh, look at that. More music, more music.
Audio, both audio channels are back in sync now.
Keep up with all things Tintin.
Now keep up with me. I'm like social, I guess Instagram, Twitter, Instagram. I'm just hearing
Now I think personally that that is acceptable. Let's go back to our bouncy ball. There we go. Our bouncy ball appears to be slightly more in sync, but bearing in mind this ball is a 1 second bounce, so you can see the 1/10 of a second at the bottom I think that delay from 2 separate units that is kind of acceptable for most of our work, but I'd be interested to know your thoughts. The other thing, as I've tried to bring in the Solo Pro with these two as well, and the sync was somewhat out. So you can delay the input streams in Vmix, which is something I'll have a play with. But these two, obviously they're the same generation, the older Solos work really, really well. So I'd be interested to know your thoughts if you've run any tests like this. And yeah, let me know.